Hi YouTubers, welcome back to the channel. So yesterday we had snow, today we've got some sunny blue sky. Work that one out. Anyway, we're going to now turn our attention back to the ML, and today we're going to look at totally rejuvenating, renewing the ignition system. So we're going to do spark plugs, we're going to do coils, coil packs, and we're going to do the spark leads, the coil leads. So this car is going to have a nice ignition system. At the same time, I may also do a compression test on all the cylinders, just so that we can see the overall health of the engine. But yeah, let's get going on this job. So on my trolley of toys, we have the following. We have the Bosch spark plugs. These are the Iridium ones. Got these for a decent price off of Amazon. Obviously 16 of them, because there's 16 spark plugs to do. This time round, we've gone with NGK for the coil packs. Now, bear with me. Was going to go with the original Bosch, which is what's on the car from factory. Not been hearing good reports of how Bosch coil packs are performing recently. Seems to be a quality issue. Maybe the quality's dipped over the past few years, and lots of issues with Bosch coil packs, which led me to feel like maybe I should go with another brand. And this time I've gone with NGK. These are very good, seem to be very reliable, and actually were a really good price. I think all these here cost me, you know what, I'm going to guess, I think it was about 150 quid for all of them. Bearing in mind that Bosch ones are easily over £100. I think these came in at less than that. Anyway, moving on. Coil leads, full set here, gone with Limark. Once again, Bosch do the leads. Not been reading good reviews with regards to their reliability, and at the end of the day, I wasn't going to pay £100 per lead, because this would have been a very expensive endeavour. This whole set, all 16 leads of the varying lengths that you need, I think that cost me about £70. So in line with that, I printed myself a compression test sheet. This shows you all the cylinders, and then we're going to record each spark plug compression for each side. So that's my little sheet of truth. And on this table, we have our compression tester. So we'll screw this into the spark plug socket, and yeah, then do our tests and see what we get on the little gauge. It's good to see the overall health of the engine, really. I probably will do this. So what my plan is obviously we're going to remove the cover, obviously the engine cover, take off the coil packs, and then bank by bank, as I'm replacing the spark plugs, we'll do a compression test first. I think that's probably how we're going to play this. So the next step is to start stripping down to the point where we're ready. The idea being that we're going to remove the fuel pump fuse and relay, and that will mean the engine obviously won't start, but it will allow us to crank the engine maybe 4 or 5 times per cylinder, so that we can get a reading, but that way the engine won't start. Right, let's get on with this. Ready for bank one. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the coil packs that I take off in a row on this table, because I want to obviously see the sizes, the lengths of the leads, make sure I get that right when I'm putting the new ones on. So that's there now, ready. That is now clear. I just need to take one spark plug out, put in the compressor tool. But what I also need to do is remove the fuse for the fuel pump so that the car doesn't actually start when we do this compression test. So I'm just going to get on with that. Okay, so the spark plug's out, so we're going to feed in now our pressure testing tube. We screw that into the hole. Feels like it's in, just give it a bit of a tug to make sure that it's in. Put on our valve. So our valve is on. Put that there. Try and put this somewhere where we can see it, and let's see how that works. And there we can see we have about 155-ish and about 11 bar, which is actually good. So now we're going to do this with the rest of them and see what they measure out, and I'll keep a record of it on my notes. So I'm now going to put my spark plug in, and these will be tightened to 28 Newton meters, and then we'll move on to testing the next spark plug, and we'll keep doing this for all the cylinders. I'm not going to keep showing you what I'm actually doing because that would get boring, but I will show you at the end what the results were of all the cylinders. So we're on 28 Newton meters. So there we have 175. Last time it was 160. This is 175 12 bar. We're at the stage where all the spark plugs have now been replaced on both sides, and we've done a compression test on both sides. And interestingly, so there's our banks, if you're looking at it that way, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, so 1 2 3 4 5, 6, 7, 8. Bank 1 good, bank 2 and I retested it a few times to make sure, and each time it came back that low. All the other banks are really good though. They're giving good readings, consistent readings. I mean, this side of the engine on average is about 160. This side of the engine is on average about 185-ish. However, cylinder 2 here has got an issue, and we're going to need to work on that now. Whether that is strip the engine down and do valve seals, I don't know. But at this stage, our compression test identified that the engine's not so healthy on that bank 2. So it was really worth doing this. We're at the stage now where we just need to put the coil packs and the leads back on and get her back started again. But yeah, just wanted to let you know how we were getting on with the compression test. As I say, all the spark plugs are now in, so we move on to the next stage. So I think what we'll do is we'll start from the back on this side, working our way forwards with the coil packs and the leads, and then go on to this side. I think we'll work from the back because obviously it's quite restricted in the space you've got there. So I'll get the camera set up so that you can watch, and we'll start getting these on. Something to note on these, on the original Bosch, they do actually give you this small diagram. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. There you go. Where it shows you that the top port is A, the bottom port is B. The MGKs don't have that printed on them. However, I have the originals, which tells me, and if you look on here, on the actual casing, it shows you that B would go to this socket, and A would go to this spark plug socket. So just bear that in mind when you're putting these on, that you're putting the cables around the right way. But luckily enough, the Bosch ones have the markings on them, which is which. Okay, coil packs are on, all plugged in. Now we're going to connect up the coil pack electrical connectors and start putting it all back together, and then it'll be putting the fuse back in and then starting them. Okay, so all we need to do now, after just checking that everything's back in place, all we need to do now is start her. So let's see how this goes. All is good, so that to me is job done. So to finish off, there's all our old coil packs and leads. The old spark plugs are in there. But we're left with this. So I just tested the car. It's got some great power. It's driving really well, even with this low compression on that cylinder. But clearly that's something that we're going to need to address. So a video for the future, possible total strip down of the left side of the engine to solve this issue. But for now, guys, thanks for joining us, guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.